This is TechCrunch.
If there's one thing McDonald's has done for the world, it's made starting a burger restaurant relatively straightforward. Franchisees buy into the system, and in return, they get equipment, marketing, and even an operating manual. Terraton wants to bring that same model to biochar, a technology that turns agricultural waste into a carbon dioxide sequestering fertilizer. Terraton recently raised an $11.5 million seed round for its business-in-a-box approach to biochar project development, the company exclusively told TechCrunch. The series was led by Lower Carbon Capital and Gigascale Capital. ANA Holdings, ANA Future Frontier Fund, and East Japan Railway Company's Takanawa Gateway Global Co-Benefits Fund participated, along with a number of angel investors, including Google's Jeff Dean and OpenAI board member Brett Taylor. Most biochar facilities, people have only ever built one, said Greg Delisandre, co-founder of Terraton. They've never learned and progressed. Terraton is betting that it can help a few partners build biochar facilities and, from that experience, clone those facilities with any number of companies that want to get into the business. Along the way, it's developing a SaaS component to run the plants, measure and verify carbon credits, and sell them to large companies. Co-founder and CEO Kevin Gibbs and Delisandre think that biochar is ripe for the franchise approach. The technology burns waste plant material in the absence of oxygen, and the resulting black matter can be incorporated into soil, where it stores carbon for hundreds of years while improving soil health. The science is settled, it's reliable and delivered today. It's at a good price, but the problem is it's supply constrained. There's not enough of it to go around, Gibbs told TechCrunch. When we talk to the big buyers like Microsoft, Google, Airbus, those sort of companies, they want to buy more, and they can't find more places to buy it from. Part of the problem, he said, is that biochar facilities need to be built near sources of agricultural waste to minimize transportation costs. A single facility might be able to produce enough biochar annually to capture around 10,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide, Gibbs said. That's a lot, but that's not a lot if you've got an AI data center. So far, the company has developed 2 facilities in Africa, one in Ghana and the other in Kenya. The former buys waste from a cocoa producer, and the other takes residue from a nut processor. Together, Terraton expects they'll remove 20,000 metric tons annually. Local businesses own the biochar facilities, Gibbs said. You need the person who has the relationships with all these farmers, he said. It's great for them to have skin in the game and to feel that sense of ownership, but we try to do everything we can to make them successful. Confession time. My household owns 2 cars, one with leather and one with quote-unquote leather. The former feels amazing. The latter, well, let's just say it's not fooling anyone. Based on the samples currently sitting on my desk, leather alternatives don't have to feel so artificial or be so harsh on the environment. Most fake leathers are made using plastics derived from fossil fuels. The samples from Uncaged Innovations, though, are made mostly using grains, including wheat, soy, and corn. The result feels remarkably like a variety of real animal leathers. One even smelled like it. Leather is not just leather, co-founder and CEO Stephanie Downs told TechCrunch. There's literally 1,000 types of leather, different animals, different thicknesses, different ways that they tan it. We had to develop something that could be really easily customizable. Uncaged exclusively told TechCrunch that it's now working with Hyundai's Cradle division to refine its material for automotive use. The goal is to create a durable, animal, and climate-friendly material that can replace leather in cars and trucks. Uncaged says its material's carbon footprint is 95% lower than that of leather. Last month, the startup also announced a partnership with Jaguar Land Rover. Leather alternatives are almost as old as the automotive industry itself, with early Ford Model T cars using primitive faux leather as early as 1913. The quality has improved over the years, but many alternatives still don't have the same feel as the genuine article. The startup's materials are currently used in vegan-friendly handbags and watch straps. And while fashion companies might be high-profile customers, automakers are arguably bigger targets. Each leather interior can consume anywhere from 2 to 14 cowhides, depending on how much of the interior is covered in leather and how picky the automaker is about quality. Since cows live outside, their skin is often scarred from things like bug bites or encounters with barbed wire fences. These blemishes mean that a significant portion of leather is often wasted. Because Uncaged's material is made in a factory, it's consistent in a way that cowhides are not. Compared with traditional leather, Uncaged's product sits mid-market. Small orders sell for less than $10 per square foot, and large orders might cost half as much, Down said. There's not only a savings for the environment, but also savings for the bottom line. Uncaged is currently running tests for a range of automakers, she said. Heat resistance is the biggest hurdle, though she said her company is making progress. One of the automotive companies wants us to be at 95 degrees Celsius for 500 hours, and we've already, in our first round of experiments, we achieved 85 degrees Celsius and made it through that for 500 hours, she said. Down said Uncaged was able to more closely simulate real leather by mimicking the chemical structure of leather itself. Leather results from the process of tanning an animal hide, which stabilizes its fibrous collagen proteins. We started diving into testing literally hundreds of different plant ingredients and different combinations to see if we could get them to create fibril structures, Down said. And what co-founder Xiaokun Wang ultimately developed was a way to turn plant proteins into those types of structures. The material is then laid down onto a plant fiber-based cloth backing. The cloth base and the plant-based leather material are both biodegradable, Down said. For many applications, it also adds a 0.01 millimeter layer of bio-based polyurethane, a plastic, which enables us to just change the appearance a lot. It also enables us to change the hand feel. We can make it have a little more grip, or we can make it super smooth, she said. Uncaged also adds mineral pigments to give it the desired color, and it can emboss various textures. It can add a range of different scents using flower extracts too. One sample sitting on my desk gives off a sort of sweet floral fragrance. Automotive companies have talked to us about developing their signature scent that'll be exclusive to them. We've had handbag manufacturers ask, "Can you make it smell like our signature fragrances?" Down said. That's been so much more popular than I had imagined. That's all for now. For more stories like this one, visit TechCrunch.com.